Every generation has a story to tell. Philippine literature in English is more than words on a page. It reflects a nation shaped by colonial rule as Filipinos search for freedom and a stronger sense of identity. Today, let us step into their lives and hear their voices as they share the literature they created, the challenges they face, and the legacy they left behind. Halina't makinig at sumama sa paglakbay.
I'm Jerylou Marquez, a Filipino short story writer, educator, and editor. I write realistic short fiction in English, though I published only 2 stories in my lifetime. That starts in 1925 and A Night in the Hills. As part of the first generation of Filipinos educated under the new American public school system, writing in the early 90s means living in a patriarchal society where men held final authority over social, moral, literary standards. Through my characters in Dead Stars, Alfredo's emotional dilemma served as an allegory for the early 20th century Filipino identity. Torn between Esperanza, representing our traditional conservative values, and Julia, who embodies the sharp American influences. Above all, writing in English means navigating the language of our new colonizers. I did not see English as a symbol of intellectual surrender, but as a tool to be mastered and redirected. I view my place in history not just an author, but as a pioneer and educator. By founding the Philippine Women's Journal and teaching short story writing at the University of the Philippines, I helped nurture the next generation of Filipino writers. Together, we opened a door, demonstrating that our stories and our complex national identity deserve a permanent place in world literature. Dead stars may fade, but the path we forge still shines.
Magandang araw! I am Elaijah Marquez, a Filipino writer and national artist for literature. Many know me by my pen name, Quijano de Manila. I write stories, essays, and plays because I do believe that literature keeps the Filipino spirit alive. My works often explore our history, faith, tradition, and the complexity of our identity. Because I also believe that to understand who we are today, we must first understand our own roots. Through his stories, such as May Eve and The Woman Who Had 2 Navels, I sought to reveal the complexities of the Filipino soul, the conflict of our past, and the changing world around us. But beyond all, writing has never been easy without struggle. It's a tremendous battle of persistence upon all of my experiences. I have lived in a nation marked by centuries of colonial rule, and I witnessed how the Filipinos slowly forgot the richness of their own history and culture. I faced the challenge to write in English language brought by the Americans, while ensuring that my stories remain truly Filipino. Well, I do not see English as language that belongs only to the colonizers. A language become ours because we use it to express our own experiences. Through English, I was able to share Filipino culture, traditions, history, and the struggles around the world. I stand as part of a long tradition of Filipino writing. Before my time, Paz Marquez Benitez showed the emotional depth of Filipino writing in English through Dead Stars. During my generation, I continued exploring our history, identity, while writers after me, such as Bienvenido and Santos, In the Day the Dancers Came, captured the Filipino experience of longing and displacement. If I have a place in literary history, I hope to be remembered as a writer who helped Filipinos rediscover themselves. My purpose was never only to write stories, but to remind the nation that its history, culture, and identity are worth remembering. Mananatiling makatang manunulat para sa sambayan ng Pilipino.
Mapagpalayang araw, I am Luwalhati Bautista, a Filipina novelist, screenwriter, and storyteller. I write because literature must do more than entertain. It must awaken people to the truth of society. To Bata-Bata Paano Ka Ginawa ang dekada 70, I gave voice to women, ordinary Filipinos, and those whose stories were often ignored. I wrote about injustice, inequality, family, and the realities of martial law because I believed that every story has the power to challenge silence and inspire change. My journey as a writer was never easy. During martial law, censorship threatened freedom of expression, yet I refused to let fear silence my words. As a woman, I challenged the traditional roles society expected of us, creating female characters who questioned oppression and fought for their own choices. I also chose to write in Filipino because it is the language that best carries the emotions, struggles, and identity of our people. I believe that literature should serve the Filipino nation. It should defend justice, human rights, and democracy while giving hope to those whose voices are unheard. Although I respect English as a language that connects us to the world, I believe Filipino carries the heart of our stories and deserves equal recognition in literature. I stand on the foundation laid by writers before me. Paz Marquez, through Dead Stars, showed that Filipino experiences could be beautifully expressed in English. Nick Joaquin, in works like Mayday Eve and The Woman Who Had Two Navels, explored our history and identity. In my own generation, I continued the tradition by writing stories that confronted social realities and empowered women.
If literary history remembers me, I hope it is a writer who dared to speak the truth and reminded every Filipino that literature can become a voice for justice, courage, and change.